Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to everyone. My name is Raja Ahmad Izzat Raja Azlan and my matrix number is S72530. So today I will be presenting about the tragedy of Exxon Valdez oil spill. This incident is one of the most catastrophic environmental disaster in history. In this incident, it has severe impact on environment, economy and also communities. This incident delivered the important lesson for the future. So let's take a look. So, the first one, we need to know about the introduction of Exxon Valdez. So, the Exxon Valdez was an oil tanker owned by the Exxon Shipping Company. This incident happened on March 24, 1989, while the Exxon Valdez traveling through Prince William Sound in Alaska. This vessel struck Black Reef and caused a spill of about 11 million gallons of crude oil or 41.6 million milliliters. This tragedy spreading across 1,300 miles of pristine coastline, and this spill will be remembered as one of the worst in US history, which is its effect that lasts for decades. And the next one is about the cause of disaster. There were multiple causes behind this tragedy, but the main factor was human error. The ship's captain was reportedly under the influence of alcohol and left navigation duties on an unqualified crew members. Also, fatigue among the crew also contribute in this tragedy. And the second one is the operational failure, like inadequate navigation and insufficient lookout, and also poor communication among the crew. And the last one is about regulatory failures, mean that lack of enforcement of safety protocol and insufficient spill response preparedness that lead this tragedy happen. And now we move on about the impact of this tragedy. The first one is environmental impact. The environmental impact on this tragedy was devastating. The oil spread over 1,300 miles of coastline. It is killing around 250,000 seabirds, 2,800 sea otters, 300 harbor seals, and also 250 bald eagles. It also severely affected fish population, for example, salmon and herring. This can disrupting the food chain, and even a decade later, the trace of oil could still be found buried in some shoreline. This showing that this tragedy is the long-lasting damage to the ecosystem. The second impact of this tragedy is the economic impact. This tragedy had a huge impact on economy. For example, the first one is fishing industry. The fishing industry collapsed, especially for salmon and herring. This can be affecting thousands of livelihood. The second one is tourism loss. Tourism in Alaska also declined sharply due to the affected area. The last one is cleanup costs. The Exxon company spent over $2 billion on cleanup efforts and paid around $1 billion in settlement. The economic consequences were felt for many years. And the last impact of this tragedy beyond the environment and economic is social impact. For example, impact on local community. They suffer from the loss of livelihood like fishing and tourism. And they will also increase in mental health issues like depression, stress and anxiety. The second one is indigenous group face severe culture and economic loss because they suffer greatly from the loss of fishing and hunting. And the last one is the trust in corporation and government response effort because many residents feel betrayed by both Exxon and the government for the poor handling of this tragedy, and this leading to long-term distrust. And next, what is the lesson learned from this tragedy? In this tragedy, the Exxon Valdez oil spill lead us to important change. For example, the US passed the Oil Pollution Act of 1990, which enforced stricter regulation on oil companies. Tanker ships were required to have double hulls to reduce future spill risk, and also response systems were improved, and corporations become more and more accountable for their action. And most importantly, it teaches us the importance of involving local community in disaster preparedness. And the last slide of this presentation is the conclusion of Exxon Valdez tragedy. In conclusion, studying the Exxon Valdez oil spill is crucial because it shows how a combination of human error, poor management, and lack of preparation can lead to catastrophic consequences. It serves as a reminder of the importance of environmental protection, strict regulation, and corporate responsibility. The lesson learned continue to influence policy worldwide to prevent future disasters like this. And that's all from me. Thank you.